all for being here for this update on street construction and improvement projects. Investing in streets across our community and within our neighborhoods has been one of my top priorities ever since taking office 3.5 years ago. Streets are vital to growing economic opportunity, enhancing public safety, and supporting our high quality of life. Streets support us in so many facets of daily life. We travel our streets to get to our jobs in the morning and return home on them in the evening. We buckle up our children and drive them to and from school on our streets. Streets enable a rapid response from our first responders as they protect people and property. And our businesses depend on our streets to connect products and supplies with their customers. Streets facilitate efficient travel across our community for shopping and entertainment, sporting events, faith services, and thousands of other daily tasks essential to the good life here in Lincoln. To support the needs of our growing community, my administration is committed to investing in our vital street network. In fact, since 2019, we have invested a total of $167 million in street improvements. Here are just some of the benefits that we all enjoy as a result of that investment. 75% of our arterial and collector streets are in good to very good condition. Our commute time is nearly 10 minutes less than the national average. 24/7 Wall Street website ranks Lincoln as the 9th safest city to drive in out of 194 cities. The likelihood of a collision in Lincoln is 7.7% less than the US average. And our neighborhood sidewalks and school routes are more walkable and accessible than ever before. Our transportation network contributes to economic prosperity, low unemployment, and a high quality of life. Now, we realize these investments in streets through a strong partnership with our team at Lincoln Transportation and Utilities, a team that is literally street smart. I'm proud to be joined this morning by LTU Director Liz Elliott and members of our LTU team, as well as important members of our community who will share their perspectives on the value of Lincoln streets. At this time, Director Elliott, please come on up and share more about our recent street investments and how our LTU team and private sector partners pave the way for quality of life improvements in every quadrant of the community.
Thank you, Mayor. Driving down the road, one can find construction and street improvement progress all around us. Bright orange construction cones are undeniable signs of street progress that offer a multitude of benefits and are well worth it when complete. Our teams have been hard at work this summer construction season. The city maintains enough lane miles of streets to drive from Lincoln to Times Square and back. That's 2,600 lane miles that spur economic growth and offer safe passage for drivers, transit riders, bicyclists, scooter users, and pedestrians as community members head to work, school, enjoy family and friends, sporting events, entertainment, and more in our beautiful city. Lincoln's 2021 through 2022 street investments total $61.4 million. These funds go to a variety of transportation needs, like building new roads, improving existing streets, increasing the safety and the capacity of our transportation system, repairing traffic signals, reapplying pavement markings, and replacing our traffic signage. Every division within LTU works together to offer growth and improvement opportunities across the community. This investment has delivered real results, as street projects have improved more than 28 miles of streets in Lincoln this year. That's 52,000 tons of asphalt laid, 38,000 square yards of concrete to our streets, 4,000 linear feet of curb and gutter replacements, and 2,600 linear feet of sidewalk repair. LTU has filled more than 18,600 potholes this year, including the 250 pothole repairs requested by our community members. The department set new records for the most crack sealing projects completed, with nearly 3,000 lane blocks improved to help extend the life of our streets. And we continue to implement our new school zone standards. This effort to review and improve all nearly 90 school zones across Lincoln has resulted in 10 school zones being improved this year and 21 total school zone improvement projects since 2020. As you can see around you and on the city street projects map, progress is clear. New, smooth, and rehabilitated streets can be enjoyed from Belmont and North Lincoln to Union College and South Lincoln, South Salts Creek and Central Lincoln to Cahoe Elementary, surrounding neighborhood in East Lincoln, and dozens of areas in between, like Wedgwood neighborhood near 70th and O Street, Clinton neighborhood in North Lincoln, near South neighborhood, West O Street Bridge over Salt Creek, and central streets around Lincoln High School. This effort shows 38 street projects in 2022, and many more are on the way for next year. Our transportation team has worked hard to use available funds wisely and efficiently in order to give this community the building blocks to literally move our city forward. This year, 2022, has been a successful year, and we can't wait to get started on additional projects for next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Elliott. As our key partners in local government, members of the Lincoln City Council help us ensure adequate resources for street projects. And City Council member James Michael Bowers is here with us today, and I'd like to invite him up to say a few words about what he's seeing and hearing about street improvements in Northeast Lincoln.
Thank you, Mayor. It's exciting to see all of the progress being made across the community. As the City Council District Representative for Northeast Lincoln, I am hearing how this infrastructure is improving people's lives in the neighborhoods that I serve. I hear that message from families literally all across the district. In the Clinton neighborhood near 33rd and Holdridge, in the neighborhoods around Culler Middle School near 56th and Vine. I hear from families and businesses enjoying the newly repaved Huntington Avenue and University Place. From folks in the Cahoe Elementary School neighborhoods around 76th and Layton, and all the way out to the new neighborhoods being built along Holdridge Street east of 84th. Residents and business owners tell me that repaved streets, along with rebuilt sidewalks and ramps, are helping them drive, bike, and walk more safely and more conveniently every day. I know other council members are as pleased as I am to see the great improvements happening across the community in all quadrants of the city. As city council members, we have all worked hard with the mayor to provide resources in the city budget to fuel these great street improvements, and it's so satisfying to see the work improving lives all across the community.
Thank you so much, Councilman Bowers, and thanks for all you and your fellow council members do to improve our community. I'd now like to introduce Tracy Core. She's president of the 40th and A Street Neighborhood Association, and she serves as chair of my neighborhood roundtable. Tracy, she knows firsthand what it's like to experience street improvements right outside her front door. Maybe you can speak to those too. Come on up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Good streets are important to the overall health of neighborhoods, not only in the 40th and A Street neighborhood where I live, but in all neighborhoods across every part of the city. Thanks to the investments in our neighborhood, we see kids biking safely to Randolph Elementary School on newly paved streets, families walking together on repaired sidewalks, and traffic flowing smoothly and safely because of street work over the past year. As chair of the Mayor's Neighborhood Roundtable, we've had updates and presentations from the mayor and the LTU team to make sure neighborhood associations and residents have the latest information about projects and repair timelines. It's impressive to see the maps showing street improvements in so many neighborhoods across Lincoln. I've also heard firsthand from other neighborhood leaders how the families and residents in their neighborhoods appreciate the reinvestment into the areas they call home. Strong neighborhoods support a strong Lincoln, and the investments we've seen in better neighborhood streets are a big part of that.
Thank you, Tracy, and thanks so much to all of our neighborhood leaders and the associations. They provide really useful information about street projects to families and residents in all of our neighborhoods, and they keep us on our toes too. We also have Jason Ball, president of the Lincoln Chamber of Commerce, here today to say a few words about the importance of street investments to our local businesses. Jason?
Thank you, Mayor. Everyone, good morning. It's a pleasure to be here to celebrate these exciting numbers this morning. You know, as president of the Chamber of Commerce, I'm very proud to lead a team that helps educate and advocate for investments that support the beneficial and positive role that business plays in our community. And the Lincoln Chamber believes that prioritizing infrastructure funding for our streets supports that mission. This has long been a pillar of that advocacy and is an ongoing part of our strategic planning right now. Communities across the state and country are alike in finding that infrastructure remains a big challenge and can inhibit business growth. Mayor Gaylor Baird and the City Council share this reality and have consistently included significant funding for street improvements in our city budgets. This includes the additional quarter-cent sales tax that Lincoln voters approved in April of 2019. Making important investments in our community's infrastructure enables trade and encourages economic growth. It connects more workers to their jobs and helps revitalize many of the neighborhoods throughout our community, spurring additional economic development. And it opens access to new sites for commercial, industrial, and residential expansion. I'm glad to be here today to share how we are improving Lincoln streets and growing our community. The private-public partnerships in Lincoln are one of the key components that make Lincoln a top location for business and industry. We want to congratulate Liz Elliott and her transportation team for the hard work that they and multiple private sector companies have done in building these street improvements, and I want to thank the mayor for her continued support of infrastructure investment in Lincoln. Together, we are all growing Lincoln's future.
Thank you so much, Jason, for your leadership and the partnership with the Chamber of Commerce and all the support that you provide to our streets. In addition to improving existing streets, the various teams at LTU work together to construct new streets that facilitate the growth of our community. And these projects are constructing new non-residential streets to promote and support private sector investment, like Jason referred to. And here are just a few of examples that we have from around Lincoln. New streets are being constructed at North 104th Street and Holdridge in North Lincoln, as well as West Holdridge around Northwest 48th Street. New streets are helping to grow South Lincoln as well. These include projects along Rokeby Road near the new Bryan Cancer Center and along Yankee Hill Road from South 40th to South 56th Street. Another major investment is the West A Street Improvement Project, where LTU and our partners have laid 22 football fields worth of concrete during the first half of the project. And this growth and improvement project is so big, we looked it up, and it ranks as one of the biggest street and utilities projects in city history. The West A project includes improvements to 2.5 miles of streets and utilities. And to increase safety, the project has already completed 2 new roundabouts and has 4 more planned. Other improvements include a walking and biking trail and bus stop pads and cutouts to enhance this vital corridor that connects the western edge of Lincoln to core neighborhoods around Salt Creek. For a full look at the amazing LTU projects that are underway, you can go to lincoln.ne.gov/projects. And I'd really encourage interested community members to visit this site for a description or location, timeline, funding breakdown, and contact information for each and every project. Now, as proud as we are of our progress, we continue to set our sights on even more improvements to streets across the community. And our current biennial city budget contains over $91 million worth of street improvement investments over the next 2 years. These planned investments in our streets demonstrate our commitment to ensure that Lincoln is a city that aligns mobility and safety, growth, economic opportunity, and our quality of life. Again, I want to acknowledge Director Elliott for the hard work that you do, and our LTU team. Every day, they work hard to enhance our transportation network across the city. And thanks as well to our community members who have continued to support these vital infrastructure investments that are helping Lincoln navigate toward an even brighter future. And at this time, we'd all be happy to take any questions you may have.
Hi there, this is Mel.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, hey, just a quick question. So the money that you spent for this fiscal year, the money
you're planning to spend in the upcoming fiscal years, how does that compare historically? Is it more than you spent in the past on streets, or is that a equal amount adjusted?
You very clearly, you're asking us to compare something, and I apologize, I can't understand your question. Maybe you can chat it, or someone could. Okay, can you try again, Matt? We think we may have solved the problem.
Yeah, I was,
You mentioned the money that's being spent in this fiscal year and the money that's trying to spend in future fiscal years. How does that compare to past year? Is that more? Is it an equal amount of just inflation? How does that compare?
I might have someone read the chat.
He's saying the money being spent, how does that compare to previous years?
The money being spent, how does it compare to previous years? I mean, it's the highest ever. I mean, one of the things that we did, recently to give an additional sort of one-time boost to our street investment and projects was $15 million worth of highway allocation bonds that we worked with our city council to get that across the finish line, and that's accelerating our progress. This is clearly a top priority for us here at City. Other questions from the media? No? No other questions? Okay, well, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate helping us get out the word about our incredible work across every quadrant in the city, and I hope you will consider checking out the new City Streets Projects website at lincoln.ne.gov/projects. Thank you. Thank you so much.